is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio. PHLV Radio.
On the Dot is presented by Benjamina Mia Casino. Licensed real estate professional since 2008. License number S01669991 LLC. Moving to Vegas? There's no better time than now. Where can you find a 3-bedroom home with a balcony and patio? With upgraded flooring, all appliances included. Newly painted, move-in ready. With a community park and pool for under $400,000. Not to mention that it is so convenient to shopping, schools, entertainment. And of course, what is Vegas without the Strip? So what are you waiting for? Call Benjamina today at 702-281-9063. Mia is also on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. You can also visit www.benjaminamiacasino.com and view available homes anytime. Remember, the house wins when you bet on Benjamina Mia Casino. It's a lunch hour in Vegas, and we're on the Dot with Dot and Mia here on PHLV Radio.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to On the Dot. My name is Dorothy Tong, and you can call me Miss Dot. And my partner in fun is, here she is, Miss Mia.
Hello, Miss Uhuhu.
Uhuhu.
Hi, I'm Mia. Welcome to On the Dot. Hello,
Welcome, everyone. Welcome.
What's the Uhuhu for?
Because he gave me an applause.
Oh, ba't ako walang applause?
Give her an applause. There you go.
Hello, Dad.
Other dimension, While you earthlings cannot hear the signals from another dimension, but the crystals will help us. But anyway,
crystals with you now? Did you bring in?
Okay, so happy summer.
Yeah, second day of
summer, June 22nd. And this is our second to the last Wednesday of the month of June, and we are still on the theme of You've Got Mail, M-A-L-E. Okay, Mia,
and
go.
it's Tireless Retiree for today. We have a tireless retiree with us.
Yes.
You know, Dot, I read somewhere that a retired husband is a wife's full-time job. But this is not the case for our guests, though.
A retired husband.
The wife is making faces.
Is a wife's full-time job.
Because normally, the husband just stays home and the wife takes care of him. So full-time job.
That gives me so many options now. So when the retired husband stays at home, it's now my turn to go, right? My turn to work.
When is John's retirement?
Such a long time from now, 15 years maybe.
Okay.
But anyway, let's bring in our guests.
All right. Our guest was born in Bronx, New York. To a Russian-Polish-Austrian family. Wow. Russian-Polish-Austrian family. Graduated from Flushing High School, New York. Went to the Academy of Aeronautics in Queens and worked as a flight line mechanic and aircraft planner for McDonnell Douglas, which is Boeing in Long Beach, California, for 35 years. Grabe. Taught at Aviation Institute of Maintenance in Las Vegas for 3 years, and the current president of Southern Nevada Gem and Mineral Society, also known as the Rocket Man.
Isn't that a song by
that's Rocket.
Elton John?
Rocket Man, right?
Rocket Man.
He is Rock It Man.
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Scott, is it Chayette or Chayette? Chayette, and our member, Jean Chayette. Welcome to On the Dot.
The Rocket Man and his
Applause
gem.
kayo.
Applause, applause. Ooh. Yeah. All right. Welcome.
Thank you.
Woohoo. Ay, kasi wahaha. So, Rocket Baby. What made you go into that, Lloyd?
Into rocks and jewelry and
Yes.
stuff. Well, I've been married 4 times. Jean is my 4th wife. My 3rd wife was into rocks. And she got me into rocks, and so I got into the rock club here in town, the one and only rock club, the Southern Nevada Gem and Mineral Society, which I am currently the president. So I needed something to do, being retired, so now I volunteer to open up the shop. We have a shop that's open 6 days a week, and I volunteered to open it 2 days a week. So I go down there and I make jewelry and I keep busy. You know, part of retirement is keeping busy. You got to keep busy.
This is nothing to do with your antique shop.
That's the other thing I do to keep busy. I buy and sell antiques, and between buying and selling antiques and being the president of the Rock Club and opening the shop 2 days a week, it keeps me busy.
Very busy.
In short, he's a hoarder.
A hoarder.
Collector.
Collector of junk, which turns into antiques. So he has a lot of things. So meron kaming storage. We have a storage. We have the garage is full of stuff, and then at the back of our house, he built his own storage. So there are 3 different places where he can put whatever he's hoarding / collecting.
Collecting.
Oh, maybe we can invite them over for one of our episodes
Maybe,
for
yes.
July.
Maybe,
That's one of the
maybe.
topics.
Sasawa kayo sa amin.
Hey,
All right, we have a guest.
this is not her first time here because remember
Right.
last year we talked about, we had Jean for our topic, finding love again and again.
Yes.
So she did
So
not
this is
only
the
find
again.
love again and again, she was also found by this collector, Mr. Rocket Man. But I hope you stop collecting.
Yes, that's
Why?
enough collection.
Collecting wines now.
Well, you know, if you don't keep busy, you just end up dying. You know, you become a couch potato, and you know, so you know, I keep busy. I buy and sell stuff, and you know, when I started making the jewelry and stuff, I just was doing it for fun, you know, and then people wanted to buy it. So what I do is I make affordable jewelry that everybody can afford. Because I do get a pension. Yeah, you're wearing some of the jewelry that I've made.
Yes,
nice,
I am.
Nice turquoise pieces.
Yes, it's pretty.
Very nice.
It has it has a pair of earrings. It goes with a pair
Wonder
of
Woman.
earrings. So pretty. Go ahead.
So,
You know, women love jewelry. We love to accessorize. So
yeah.
there was a time during COVID that he says, "Why are you not wearing any of my stuff? We're not going anywhere. We're just in the house. Why would I be wearing jewelry inside the house?"
So, you know, the making money part of it, yeah, I do make a little bit of money, but I don't do it for the money. I do it, it's a hobby to keep me busy. And like I said, people wanted to buy it. I'm like, oh, okay. And, you know, we went on a cruise last year with a bunch of Filipinos, 50, how many?
52.
52.
Wow.
52 Filipinos.
52
All my relatives.
Right. And one of them is an artist
A tribe.
in Payette. He's an artist. What's his name?
Fred Baltimore.
Hello
He's
to
a
Mr.
known
Fred.
Sculptor and a painter.
Yeah.
Right.
and Payette.
So I gave his wife a cross that I made, and he told me thank you. And then he goes, you know, you're an artist. You're an artist just like me. And I was like, what? Oh, I guess I am. You know. And that kind of made me feel good. And you know, I just sold some woman about 60 crosses. What does she do?
She teaches catechism. See, he forgets things. So I'm like
And
chuchua.
I'm not
Chuchua.
very religious either, you know. But the story she told me about the people that the kids that she gave the crosses to, one kid touches the cross and says it gives her good luck, and that made me feel good.
Yeah.
The other one is in Europe traveling around, and every picture he sends back, he's wearing my cross, so, and that makes me feel good. And that's one of the reasons I do that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of the jewelry, it's really affordable because I bought crystals in Salt Lake City, and they're about $60, and their price is so inexpensive. When I asked Jean how much the bracelets are, I
Right.
was shocked.
The keyword is affordable.
Yes.
right,
Right.
affordable.
So where do you get your rocks?
Well,
We go rock hunting.
Okay.
We do go rock hounding. We go up into the mountains. You have to have a 4-wheel drive. And
Right here in Nevada, Las Vegas.
Well, within
somewhere.
an hour distance from here, we get a rock called purple agate that's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful rock, and but we go other places. We go far.
We also have a strawberry swirl there, and then there are other rocks, bacon agate. So mostly bacon agate in that area. But then we also go near Pahrump, the Lovell Canyon, and we get what kind of rock is that?
That's called colony coral. It's actually a fossil.
It's beautiful, and they have it out there. We go Lincoln Mine, which is about 45 minutes, and then we get Chrysocolla. So around the area, we have a lot of places that we can go rock hunting. But we also go to Utah, Arizona, anywhere we can find rocks, we will be there.
And do you need a license to
Yeah.
dig?
No. As long as you're on BLM land, the Bureau of Land Management, you're okay. So if you have a navigation system and it shows green on your navigation, you can't collect there because it's a state or a federal park. If it shows white, that's BLM land and you can collect.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
that's interesting to note.
Is it not a secret?
As long as you're not on someone's claim or someone's mine or
How do you know that? How will you
Yeah.
know?
a claim, they usually have something like piles of rocks or
We have a sign.
indicators
okay.
that show it's a claim. So it's almost like stealing if you take something off of
Right.
someone's claim.
So somebody owns that claim, and so you cannot go in there unless you tell the owner.
Mm.
So our club has a claim in
Oh.
Bitter Springs. So
No, not
it's
in
not
Bitter
right.
Springs.
So
We have
sorry.
a claim right outside the park.
Ililigaw ko kayong lahat.
Yeah. It's called the Orcart Mine. But we don't mind people collecting off of our claim, where we have the claim is bacon agate, and then a little further down there's something. It's one of the oldest fossils. It's called stromatolite, and it was from when the Earth was created 3 billion years ago. Not 3 million, 3 billion years ago, and you could collect that over there too.
And then you can find a lot of silica over there. And then we also go to Ute, Nevada,
yeah.
by the exit of Lake. What is that?
No, the exit is Ute. It's right past the Valley of Fire.
Valley of
when
Fire.
you're going up the 15, the next exit is Ute. Petrified wood. There's a
You
lot of
get
petrified-
alabaster there.
And alabaster also, yeah.
Hold on. Ooh, wait. Hold
We
on.
need a gemology class.
Yes, the geology. In my mind, I remember you asked me to go rock hunting with you, like 2 or 3 years ago.
Good that
when
you
we
remember.
first-
I don't remember.
Yes, and I thought that it would just be like walking somewhere and you have a shovel and a pickaxe and you go dig. But apparently you already have a place where you go. Like, is that known to everyone in your club? Or just you?
Well, different people know different places. A lot of times they don't want to share the places they know because you have certain people that clean that area out. Once they find it, then there's no more rocks for anybody else,
Oh, okay.
So, but a lot of them are shared, and we do know where they're at. And we set up trips through our club, which a lot of people join the club because they like the trips to go up into the mountains and get fresh air, collect rocks, treasure hunt, pretty much,
So that's one side is finding the rocks. So when we find the rocks, like when we were at Lovell Canyon,
Yeah.
we saw those fossil. What do you call those kind of rocks?
I,
The colony
colony coral.
coral. So they were down by a mountain, and then you can find big rocks, and I will just take my place and shout, "Hey, Lloyd, come over here, get me this rock." It's about 20 pounds. And then we will try to pick it and go to the truck. And then when he slices it into slabs, into thin slices like ham, like thick slices of ham, you will see the formation of the different fossils.
Wow.
And then he makes them into this cabochon. And that's when, like what you're wearing, he forms it into teardrop or whatever shape. And then you will see and say, "Oh, I got this rock from this place, and look at how amazing it is." And then, of course, other people will be saying, "Oh, the property of the mineral property, crystal property, oh, that will be for calmness, for balance, for tranquility," and things like that. We just do it because it's beautiful. We were able to get it. Then he is able to be artistic and get out of trouble because he is so busy. That's the main thing.
Get out of trouble. Oh, the properties of the rocks.
Right. A lot of people are
the
into
gems.
the metaphysical,
Right,
this
especially
rock,
now.
love and good luck and whatever.
This one is for truth telling. The one that I'm wearing,
What are you
the
wearing?
turquoise. Yes, the
Is
color itself
I love
is for
turquoise.
truth telling.
Spell
Is
turquoise.
BLUE. Okay, it's blue green. It's you can Google it.
Yeah,
Google
it's so
mo yan.
nice.
The turquoise is it is good, very good for the throat chakra, and it encourages you to speak your truth, your honesty, your integrity, and be in it. So that's why I love it.
I wish you were there when we were at the show last weekend, because somebody was asking me, like, you are sending all this turquoise, but why is it that the American Indians wear turquoise a lot?
A lot,
I said,
yes.
because it's beautiful. Well, you should know the properties. Well, we're just selling it for the beauty and artistry and craftsmanship.
So you got your turquoise from here, from Nevada or Utah?
Okay, we get the blue turquoise from Arizona, from Kingman, Arizona. The green turquoise comes from Tonopah, Nevada, which the Royston mine up in Tonopah. And the green, people are not used to seeing green turquoise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
yeah.
Yes. You have a
Turquoise
book.
is expensive too.
Is it?
Yes,
Okay.
it's quite
Don't
expensive.
tell them.
Well,
Don't tell them.
what they do is they evaluate the quality of the turquoise.
Who does that?
The people from the mine or the people selling it, they evaluate how good it is. Sometimes it's just turquoise ribbons going through it. Sometimes it could be a solid piece of turquoise, which is beautiful, And even with the ribbon going through it, you can still make a nice
The ribbon.
ribbon
Yeah.
because there's some type of a matrix rock.
Yes.
Like there's a vein.
Yes.
Right, kind of like a vein going through it of turquoise instead of just a solid piece of
Wow.
turquoise.
But for turquoise, you have to be aware too that there's howlite
I don't know that.
Which they dye.
and make look like
Oh,
turquoise. So that's the
okay.
fake
Yeah.
turquoise.
Oh.
So when they can make turquoise like fake from howlite.
I see. So it's up to you really to determine the authenticity of something, right? Right.
It's from the origin. Where did
It
the
came
rock
from,
come from?
yes. So if anybody buys anything from you, they can be sure that you are the diggers.
Well,
You are the source. You know the source. You're the direct source of that, so to speak.
We also have suppliers from Brazil. So we have Brazilian agate, and then we get it also. We go to the rock show at Quartzsite every January. So that's our field trip every year. Wherein all the rock hounds go there and buy all their supplies for the year. And then there's also in Arizona, what part? is it?
Tucson.
Tucson.
I wish we could show your website. Do you have a website that displays all these?
No, we have
don't.
a website for our club. The club is the Southern Nevada Gem and Mineral Society.
Southern Nevada Gem and Mineral
right,
Society.
which is SNGMS.
We are on Facebook. It's SNGMS.
SNGMS.
Stands
Okay.
for Southern Nevada Gem and Mineral Society.
The vest they're wearing.
What's that, Mia?
The vest they're wearing is
Right.
Southern.
Oh, the
This-
best.
This
Okay,
is
Southern
our
Nevada Gem and Mineral
club
Society.
vests.
And the color.
Yeah.
Yes, turquoise.
Turquoise color, yeah.
Mia, what's your favorite stone gem rock?
The rose quartz.
The rose quartz.
Oh, tell them the story that my aunt was telling me.
What is it? Tell us.
During the Independence Day celebration, Jean was with her aunt, and she was convincing me to buy rose quartz because it's an attraction for love. I said, I have enough love already.
Never enough. Love for yourself also. Love for others, not only romantic love. So.
Oh, yes. When I was, we're trying to show, thank you so much, Kuyo, is finding some photos from your website. And I think the photos will be flashed on screen.
Yeah.
If
There you
you're
go.
watching them, if you're watching us from
Is it the
Facebook or
same? No.
YouTube,
What
you
is
will
this
be.
one again, Lloyd?
And what
Oh,
are
it's
we
not
looking
that
at?
one.
Goldstone.
It's not
Well,
what.
goldstone, like I said, I try to be honest with everybody what things are. Goldstone is actually glass. The story went that some guy was working in his workshop and he had some molten glass and he accidentally dropped some metal filings on his workbench into the glass. And that's how goldstone started. And so now they make it and people love it because in the sun it really blings. You know?
And the one I'm wearing is opalite. So
Right.
this one is glass also, but my ring is real Ethiopian opal.
Right.
So what's the difference between the two of them, aside
This
from the
one,
price?
aside from them looking like gelatin,
Yes, I mean, how can an ordinary mortal distinguish the original and the crystal?
Well, you know, I mean,
You can't.
you should know something about the different rocks and everything. But with opal, it looks like there are different color lights coming out of the center of the rock. Whereas opalite, it just kind of distorts the light, and it gives you this good effect. Again, it looks great in the sun, you know, and that's why people love it, you know. So if you outside and they see that, you know, distortion of the light coming out of it, they just really are attracted to it. And somebody, one time I was selling, and they had a piece of opalite and they had a piece of turquoise. And I told them, well, you know, because I sell them all cheap anyway, but the turquoise is worth more, I told them. And they still wanted the opalite because of that effect of
Yes,
the light going through
the
it,
beauty.
even though it's glass.
So when you're buying jewelry, jewelry should talk to you. They will call your name.
Yes.
You'll be attracted to a particular crystal
Yeah.
Yes.
because that's what you need.
Yeah.
That is so true.
But,
and
you know-
you are the gem that he's
And he's the
attracted
mineral.
to.
No, I'm old. I'm a fossil.
True. The fossil and the gem.
But he's not so
Gene
old.
gem.
He's 60s, turning
No,
60s.
it's
I'll be
okay.
60.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You know,
No.
the older you get, the brighter you are. You know,
Well.
it's different. You know, like wine.
Yeah. Oh, get
like,
better with age.
Like jewelry, it's more expensive, right, Mia? I don't
Yes.
know.
How old were you when you retired, Lloyd?
I actually, the company I worked for, Boeing, the plant I was in closed when I was 59, so
Oh.
pretty much retired then. But then I had to go back to work because, you know, I had to have a little bit more money to survive on. So then I worked as an instructor at the Aviation Institute of Maintenance here in town, which was great. I loved instructing students on how to become aircraft mechanics and everything.
Well, tell them the story during COVID. He
Hold
said-
on. Not yet. Hold that story. We're interested in that because it's time for a break.
Oh, really?
Right?
Wow.
So
Ready?
hold
I
on to your
know.
story, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned because we have a story coming up. All right? We always love stories. Take it away, Kuya.
Moving to Vegas, there's no better time than now. Where can you find a 3-bedroom home with a balcony and patio, with upgraded flooring, all appliances included, newly painted, move-in ready, with a community park and pool for under $400,000? Not to mention that it is so convenient to shopping, schools, entertainment. And of course, what is Vegas without the Strip? So what are you waiting for? Call Benjamina today at 702-281-9063. Mia is also on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. You can also visit www.benjaminamiacasino.com and view available homes anytime. Remember, The house wins when you bet on Benjamina Mia Casino.
Welcome back to the studio on the dot. And this is brought to you in cooperation with the University of the Philippines Alumni Association of Nevada. Mia?
Speaking of Yupaan, we'd like to acknowledge our newest member, Emmanuel Reina Kisumbing Luque.
You
Rain for
memorized the
short.
whole-
Rain.
Rain.
Like rain.
Right.
Yes, and she's from UP Los Baños, graduated in 1998. Welcome to Yupaan, Rain.
And also Ella. Wagan Nava.
Yeah,
Yes.
but Rain just joined us. So,
Just joined
yeah.
us. Okay, all right. And we have a songwriting contest coming up. Mia, would you like to talk more about it?
Yes, it's actually ongoing already. If you are a songwriter and a resident of Nevada, we have a songwriting competition sponsored by Yupaan, and you can send in your original composition as long as it's not recorded nor published to PHLV or through our website, which is upaanv.com. You can send it until August 1st.
Yay, wow,
It's called Himig. Yes.
Perfect fade out of the music. Wow. Okay, back to
Timing.
you, Jean. You have a story to tell us.
Oh, yes. So Lloyd was saying that he taught at an AIM, Aeronautic
Aviation.
Aviation Institute of Maintenance. So when COVID hit, they turned online. So he said, how can I teach somebody to fix a plane online? They have to touch the plane, they have to touch the parts. It's impossible for me to teach online, but they did, theoretically. So he retired from that too. But he's on call naman. He can substitute anytime.
Oh, you mean when COVID hit, even
The pandemic.
the aviation industry,
Well,
not the whole thing.
I don't know, because I taught and then the pandemic hit, because I just taught every once in a while when they needed somebody. So they never called me back. So I really don't know what they did or how they taught the classes or yeah. So I'm still just in a whole pattern. If they need me, I'll go there. Maybe maybe
He's
not.
on call.
Yeah.
Literally
I'm
on
happy
call.
being retired.
Literally being on call. So how did it go? Did you ever teach online?
No.
No.
He's not techie.
Oh, okay.
That's why he's asking about
All right.
podcast. How is it going to be a radio station when they can see us?
A mechanic, you have to do hands-on. It's,
True.
It's a hands-on thing.
So he's good with his hands. That's why he's making jewelry. Artistic.
He's good with his hands, ladies and gentlemen. And he's very
There
artistic.
you go. In more ways than one.
In more ways than one. I like to read extra into anything. I
that's-
want to have several versions of the same, thing.
It's good to have a good imagination.
Yes. Oh, you just keep showing the photos, Kuya Yo, if you
Yeah.
have them. I mean, we don't mind.
That's very nice.
That's
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the website.
So if anybody
Yes.
wants to join the club, come on down. We have about 500 members.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then you go hunting together?
Whoever wants to go rock hunting, they go rock hunting. Plus, we have classes. We teach you how to do silversmithing and faceting and all kinds of stuff, wire wrapping, and it's a great club. 500
Clock
members.
making, beading.
wow.
How to make a clock. You can take a slab of rock and you can turn it into a clock. It makes great gifts. When Christmas time comes around, people love getting gifts
Wow.
that you made
Yes.
yourself.
Wow.
And Lloyd is at the shop Tuesdays and Fridays.
Tuesdays and Fridays. Come
And when-
down and see me.
And you don't have to take a class because once you're there and you're new, he will help you from
Right.
cutting the rock. They have rocks there, and he will give you rocks to raw
give you a rock.
rocks. From that stage of rock, then he will slice it for you, or he can
Help you.
teach you, help you, and run the machines, and then shape them, and then by the afternoon you will have a cabochon, and then you can have a bracelet or whatever, your earring, pendant.
What's the word you said?
Cabochon.
What is that?
Cabochon is something like you put on a ring, a pendant, a belt buckle. It's flat on one side and domed on the other.
Okay.
That's what a cabochon is.
So my pendant is cabochon.
How do you spell that?
CABOCHON.
It's a mixture.
CABA.
BA.
CHON,
It's
cabochon.
a
Cabochon.
spelling class now. Sorry, I'm a
Cabochon.
teacher. I cannot spell.
What do you teach, Jean? Geology, science.
And then this one is a cabochon too.
Okay.
And
And
this,
so
no.
yours is hand shaped. What you have, your pendant was hand shaped.
And
This one
I
is
did it
cabochon.
myself. I made that.
He did it his way.
And Dot is ordering a pendulum.
Yes.
Obsidian.
Yes.
And obsidian is protection for protection.
Yes.
They use it for
I don't know.
I don't
No,
know.
no,
I
no.
don't know what they use it
no
for.
arrow tip.
Right. We were talking about the American
really?
Indians and turquoise.
Oh.
Obsidian is the other rock that they used to make arrow tips out of because it is sharp like glass. And what they call it, how you make an arrow tip, it's called the flint knapping.
Yes.
They take another rock and they chip away at it and you make an arrow
It's
tip.
like diamond. But then protection, obsidian is for protection. I know some properties, but I
The black
cannot
one,
remember everything. Sometimes I do not remember. Is my husband? No, they're just joking.
That's all part of getting older. There we are.
Shh, it's a
Yeah.
secret.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
You can use it as an arrow tip, the pendulum, because it's
Yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh.
sharp.
Yes. And the other thing that you're doing is your antique shop. Which I visited, and from which I
you
got.
did?
Yes,
Where is
I
it
got a
at?
few. Like Henderson, right? Somewhere
it's at
there.
Russell and Pecos at the
It's
Paradise
far
Antique Mall.
far from us. I got a few items, and I love looking at very like interesting,
Very old.
weird stuff I've never seen before in my whole life, and I just love. He has a lot of wood collections of shakers, canes,
And the drums. Or
the drums.
what
Yes.
do you
A lot of
call
drums,
those?
yeah.
It's,
He started collecting drums, so it started from drums, right?
Well, yeah, the drums, some of them are like art. They're carved out like, and I used to deal with these African guys, and I had an African drum that was very nicely carved, right? And he goes to me, you see those, you buy them. I go, why? He goes, because Africans don't make drums anymore. They don't sit around and do that. They go to college.
Okay.
That's what he told me. So
All right. So maybe you could do no, but that would mean transporting all your stuff
So
here.
the good thing about being at the antique mall is not only you're paying for storage, you're paying for rent, but then you are showcasing what you have also. So it's kind of storing a storage place as well as you're selling what your collection is. So we love going to garage sales, estate sales. We go to different flea markets. We go to San Francisco, we go to San Diego, to LA. I love traveling. So whenever we do, we collect. So we're not hoarders, right?
No, you're not hoarders.
No.
I just buy a little of this and that. But
when-
Lloyd buys and buys.
But I'm more picky now. When I first started collecting, I collected a lot of stuff. Now I'm very picky. And so when we travel, that's what we look for. As we're traveling, there's an antique mall, or there's a flea market, or a swap meet, and we find stuff. It's treasure hunting, just like looking for the rocks, treasure hunting.
So I can't wait to retire because I want to do this full time, but I still have to teach. I still have
Yeah,
a few
just
more years.
teach, yes.
Got to do what you got to do.
So here we are, retiree, tireless retiree, tireless retiree. That's a
Mouthful.
tongue twister.
Yeah, tongue twist.
Does it? Do you factor in how much say you have saved from your retirement and how much you're going to put into your business and your hobby and still have something for yourselves for,
Well,
old age.
I'm not bragging right now, but they
Yeah,
pay.
go ahead and brag on the mic, Lloyd. There you
Okay,
go.
yeah.
It's okay to brag.
Okay, like I said, I'm really not bragging, okay, but they pay me not to go to work, okay? I had a union job as an aircraft mechanic, so I get a pension,
Okay.
okay? And then when I hit 62, I got Social Security. So I get enough money where I don't have to work.
Okay, that's good.
And I love it, okay?
Of course.
It's
Who
like a
wouldn't?
reward for all of those years of working. Nowadays, I kind of feel sorry for the younger people because they're trying to do away with pensions, and there may not be any Social Security.
Right.
So I'm just in a good spot, and I'm happy, and I married a wonderful Filipina.
Yay.
I'm rolling my eyes.
Come on. Receive it.
And the good thing with that is he has his pension, and then he still has a hobby that makes him happy.
Uh-huh.
So he can collect and buy
Right.
and sell.
And-
And then the rocks is what's keeping him
Yeah.
going.
Uh-huh.
And
And
then listen to this one. I married an independent woman.
Okay.
The other marriages were more dependent type women. So she has her money and I have my money, so we don't fight over money.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mia?
Oh yeah, that's the way to go.
That's the way to go. I'm gonna have to rethink my life.
Oh. But look how long it took me to figure that out. I went through 4 marriages and I'm 65 now. So
Oh, okay. 4 marriages, and you found your final one.
yeah,
Final
you're right.
answer.
The
But you're
final.
right about final. I will not be getting married. If something were to happen, that's it. No more marriages.
Yes.
Four's enough.
That's what they say about retirement. When you're not retired yet, you're doing your job. But when you're retired, you're free to do what you love.
That's true.
You're doing your job, but you're free to do what you want to do
After retirement.
After retirement.
When you're
yes.
retired already.
I have something to say to that. But when you have a job, you have to love what you're doing.
Yes,
If you
yes.
don't love it, get out of it because
It's
you'll be
just a
miserable.
job. Yeah, it's just a job.
Yeah.
It's important to like what you're doing.
Yes, that is a very important point too, because getting out of the scarcity mentality that people are saying, oh, what will I do when I don't have this job? It's scarce out there. There's nothing out there anymore for me if I leave this lucrative business or this salary. But that's not true, because there will always be something that you really, really love. And eventually, if you don't have the same amount of money that you used to earn, but you love it so much, you won't care anymore about
And we hear about people who retire and then after a month or two, they get sick and they die because they lose their purpose.
Yes.
So we have to have a purpose in life. You can reinvent yourself.
I love that.
It's true, because my dad died after a few years after he retired.
Because
Because he was so active when he was doing his construction, contractor work. But then after he retired, he got so, I guess, not really depressed, but he wasn't doing anything. He was just watching TV, so his health deteriorated.
that's really
Well,
bad. Yes.
Key to retirement is keeping busy. If you're going to retire and you have nothing to do, do not retire.
Yeah.
Keep working.
Be tireless.
Keep working, because and you know, some people, their job is their life, you know, and if they have nothing else and are going to become a couch potato, you know, you're just going to end up rotting away, you
Right.
know, withering away into nothing.
True.
Yeah.
So having a hobby while you're working,
Right.
that hobby can turn into something
Right.
like a business.
And,
Yes.
and you know what I used to do? I had that great job, and on the weekends, if I wasn't working or whatever, I would go out. We lived in California, and there's a lot of antique flea markets. So I would go out and treasure hunt. I made good money, so there was no problem looking for this and looking for that. And then next thing you know, I had like 600 drums. So now I realize I can't take all that stuff with me. I'm getting rid of it all. That's why I'm in the antique malls.
So I have a story about him being retired. So I told him, hey, I heard that United Airlines is hiring airline mechanic. Go apply so that I can get free flights. Every weekend we can go somewhere.
Boarding pass.
You know what he told me? What did you tell me?
I don't want to look at another airplane. I am done. After 40 years of working on aircraft, no.
He says he does not want to come home oily and smelling like.
That was the other thing. Well, that was the other
yes,
thing
that's the
because
thing.
we'd fuel the airplane. There's nothing worse than jet fuel. You get it on you. The previous wife that I was married to when I was working there would make me get undressed in the garage so I didn't bring that fuel smell into the house. And then one time my pants were covered in fuel. I mean, covered.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Oh yeah, it burns your skin.
Yeah.
And then I tried to wash it like 7 times. I ended up throwing those pants out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he cannot crawl anymore under the plane
Right.
or wherever they need to get to.
Too old for crawling through in the cargo.
Through tiny spaces.
Yeah.
Too old for the airplane, but not too old for rocks. And
No.
antiques. Antiques. He will be an antique too.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Too late. I'm already an antique.
Yes. So while you were talking about the retirement thing, I don't know if it's the same for people for our Filipino friends in the back home. What the retirement age is, if there's such a thing as what do you have? What do you get after retirement? Your 501 something? No, 401.
If you're investing,
Your 401k, what is that?
So I'm a teacher here in Las Vegas. So we are county employees. So we have PERS. We have pension coming in.
Pension.
Right.
So in the Philippines, we have SSS.
Okay.
Or if you're government employee, you have GSIS.
Right. Yeah.
But my mom, she's 85 years old. She retired from the Bureau of Agricultural Economics. So I know she has a good retirement because she worked for 35 years. But then there are a lot of my friends and parents of my friends, and they did not retire because they cannot afford. Like there's 1,000 pesos that they get from, I don't know what it is, but so it's harder for our folks back home.
Yes.
Because it's not like what we have over here. Of course, they can have their investments, they can have their properties, they have their rentals. So there are other options for people. So the younger you are, the better it is to invest, not only in jewelry, but in properties. So that in your old and golden life, you can enjoy the profits of your investments.
Yeah, so we have Mia
The
here.
realtor, diba?
Yeah, we have Mia here if you need to invest in real estate. Nandito si Mia. Okay.
Come see Mia.
Yeah.
Mia. And wait, before we forget, I would like to greet Tita Luz.
Happy birthday.
Tita Luz, happy Caballo. Happy birthday. I don't know. There is a song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Yay!
Yeah, and she's one of the icons of UP, no?
She's
Yeah.
the tita ng bayan.
My idol, Tita Luz.
Yes. When I grow up, I want to be like her.
Me too.
Yes. Retirement. Okay. Let's talk about health-wise, physically. Do you keep yourself, aside from the hobbies that you do, that you immerse yourself in, do you have health issues that you need to take care of?
Yeah.
Name them. Enumerate them, Lloyd.
Oh my God. I've got so many. I take so many pills a day. Plus, I'm a diabetic and I'm on insulin and Trulicity. And I mean, hindsight, if I knew then what I know now, I may have led a healthier life. You know what I'm saying?
But then he does not drink and he does not smoke.
No.
That's
I did at one time smoke and then I just quit, about 30 years ago. Yeah, smoking is the worst. It's the worst. harder to quit than drugs.
Is it true?
Tobacco, yeah.
Is it true?
Habit
Oh
forming.
yeah, tobacco is the worst.
What would be your other words of wisdom for us? How far are we from retirement, Mia?
Oh, you're gonna.
Well, I'm not employed. I guess I'm not. I already retired
I'm very
years
close
ago,
to retirement,
right?
but I don't plan
I think
on
I
retiring.
retired 10 years ago.
No, I don't plan on retiring soon.
Well,
Is that word applicable to everyone?
Well, they are making it worse now because the age for Social Security has gone up for full Social Security. Right now it's 67. Anybody born after 1960 has to wait till they're 67 to collect full Social Security, and they're talking about raising that to 70.
So I guess
Oh, wow.
the word retirement is not applicable to everyone because
For
if you're
those
not
who-
employed,
For those fully employed in a
Right.
company or in
Yes.
a government or in an entity.
And,
True.
And some people can't afford to retire. See, me, I was lucky. I had a good job that got a pension. Okay, I worked with a guy over at the Aviation Institute, and he had to wait till he could collect his full Social Security. He couldn't collect it at an early age like I did at 62 because he didn't have a job like that he got a pension from. Or then you have people that have military pensions and then other pensions. And so it depends on your situation. You have to evaluate where you stand. And
right?
the way I figure it, if you have to be bringing in about $4,000 a month, and your house payment or rent can't be more than a third of that to survive.
And then if you're collecting Social Security, you cannot earn more than a certain
That's
amount.
true. Yeah, you can collect Social Security and still work, but you can't get more than about $17,000
A year.
Right. Otherwise, they penalize you and take half of everything you make past $17,000.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
such a
Wow,
such a complex thing.
Yeah.
And there are those who retire and then they go back to work to double dip.
Yeah.
So they have their retirement and then they have their pay at the same
Is
time.
that legal?
Well, and then
Yes,
Okay.
for being a teacher, a lot of teachers do that because of the teacher shortage.
Oh
Right.
wow.
Interesting.
Yeah. What about you, Mia? Is retirement a part of your vocabulary? Like
No,
10 years
just-
from now, 20 years from now?
Probably in 20 years, but
Mia's
just
only
like I
30 years
said-
old.
I love you too, Jean. No, but like what I said with what happened with my father, his health deteriorated. So I
Yeah.
would think I would be like Lloyd. I'll be
Yeah.
tireless
Yeah.
when I retire. I'll keep
Good luck
myself
to Timo.
busy. Yeah, right now it's already. I'm already tireless, so imagine me being
Tireless.
retired.
My mom, she said, I don't like the word retired because it means you're tired again.
Right.
Like it's very literal.
Tired,
Retired.
Yeah.
You know, so she doesn't call herself retired or whatever. Sometimes people say retard.
Yeah.
That is a
Retard.
very
Retarded.
yeah, but that is a very I think it's an
depending
unacceptable word now.
What
Yeah.
part
I
of the
guess.
U.S. you come from, then that retired can be retard.
Yeah, but that's that is now a very uncouth word
Yes,
now.
no,
Yeah.
that's not the
You
word
can't
we
use it
use,
anymore.
No.
Some people wait though to travel when they retire. That's what my husband was telling me. I
Yeah.
said, it's kind of hard because you're weaker.
Oh
when
yeah,
you're
that's another
older.
thing, right?
So
Yeah.
Yeah, so Lloyd hasn't been on a cruise before we got married. He says, "Oh, I love cruising now. Where are we going now?" And so, because this is the time before he could not
Right.
travel because he's working a lot. He's working
Right.
overtime. How much were you getting for your
Oh,
overtime
my
pay
God.
before?
On Saturdays, time and a half. Sundays, double time.
Wow.
And if I worked during a holiday, I got triple time. So it was impossible to turn down overtime.
Yeah.
So my kids, maybe they wanted to go somewhere on the weekend. I'd have to tell them no, maybe next weekend. Because how could you turn that down? On Sunday, I made more than most people made in a week. So I was like, no, I'm not turning down that much. You know what I mean?
But
Yeah.
now that he's retired, he can't wait for another cruise. He can't
Yeah.
wait to go somewhere. It's like tireless. Like, come on, it's like a bunny, like
Tireless.
energetic bunny. It's like
we went on a cruise. It was wonderful. The cruise was wonderful, and they spoiled the hell out of you. I didn't want to get off of the ship. When the
Okay.
cruise was over.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah.
She
I
went
love
on a cruise
cruising,
too, and
yeah.
she's
Back to
younger.
Back to back, yes. I
And,
went back
and
to back
she's
cruising
younger.
this
Kuya,
year.
are you going on a cruise sometime soon? Not yet. Soon. Oh, next week.
No.
Next month?
No, we are going on
Okay.
a cruise next week.
You are going on a cruise
Nice.
tomorrow.
No, next week, next Wednesday.
oh, tomorrow, yes, we're going boating.
Boating,
boating, yeah.
and
Boating
next week
singing?
on a cruise.
Next week we're going to Alaska.
Okay. I will just cruise around the neighborhood
Driving.
That's cruising too.
and my shoes
Well-
and my
With Tom
sandals.
Cruise, you're cruising
Yes.
with Tom Cruise.
Even for younger people, cruises are good.
Yes.
It gets you
Yes.
away from that everyday thing. You see new things, and they
Yes.
spoil you, and then you
Right.
you come back to work and you feel a lot better.
And then
Yes.
you eat escargot every night.
Oh,
Yes.
she loved
and
that.
then if it's the Filipino chef, you can order too.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
wow.
no,
Order
no, Filipino.
adobos.
We go on that last cruise,
Yeah.
and she finds two relatives she didn't know she had on the cruise, because a lot of Filipinos work on the cruise
Yes.
ships.
Filipinos are
Yes.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Especially
And-
in cruise ships.
Oh yes.
Well, and you go in the
Tireless
hospital, more than
Filipinos.
50% of the workers in the hospital are Filipino.
And they
Filipinos.
spoil you
Yeah.
if they know
Tireless.
you're
On the cruise, yeah.
Filipinos.
Would you say, Lloyd, that you got your energy back when you married Jean,
Well,
the
I'm
Filipino
I'm
wife?
going to tell you. I'm
I
going to
keep
tell
Okay.
him on his toes.
Younger too.
Let him. Let me hear his secret.
My grandson is half Filipino. His mom is a Filipino movie star. Okay? And she told me, "Oh, you finally got it right when you
Aha.
got with Jean. You got a Filipina."
Who's your grandson's mom?
Anjanette Abieri.
Oh, really?
Come on.
Wow.
Really?
She's
You know who
very
she is?
pretty.
Yes.
Go to their house all the time.
Yeah.
So she's your niece. Your what?
She's the mom of our grandson.
Yeah.
Mom
Wait.
of a
So,
grandson.
but she
Oh, yeah.
is your what?
the other wife.
She's just the mother of my grandson.
Not just. She is part of
She-
the family.
She's
but
part of the family.
But is she related to you?
no.
No.
No. Okay.
No, I knew her before I got with
Previous.
Jean.
I
Yeah.
see.
So Lloyd's son was with Anjanette Abayari, and they had a child together, and that
Yeah.
child is our grandson.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a small world, no?
Yeah, it is.
But she's from Laguna. Her parents are from Laguna, so we know the family too.
Okay, so what's your answer? Did you get your energy back when you married her?
Well, yeah. You
Oh,
know.
yeah. Or
Ang
did you get-
lamya ng sagot nito.
Jean
Ano
is,
ba to? Fired!
10 years younger, right? 10? Is it 10 years younger?
8 years.
8 years.
8 years younger.
So when I was 1, he was 8. When I was
Okay.
12, he was 20.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah. I was robbing the cradle.
Really?
So did you get your energy back, or did you lose your energy?
No. I feel young, younger, being married to
Younger.
a younger woman,
Yeah.
And she's not that far apart where we don't know a lot of the same things. One of my wives was 15 years apart.
Ito na naman po si Mano po, too.
Yeah, so I don't know what you said, and that's
It's a movie with a lot of wives.
yeah. But
Okay.
15 years apart, then you say something, they don't know what you're talking about. And,
Uh-huh.
8 years, not too bad.
True.
Maybe
Yes.
it's the engine fuel.
Yeah, but you know what they say. Yeah,
He does not drink engine fuel.
but what they say is age is just a number.
Yes.
You mean I feel like 66 also?
They're so fun to look at, no?
I
They're
don't
so
know.
fun
Oh,
to
this is
to
like
listen to.
cat and dog and cat.
Who's the cat?
Aso pusa. A brr.
Who? Are you the
Catwoman.
cat?
It was Kitty
Jean's
right here.
Catwoman.
Kitty.
Okay, you
The
gotta
dog
be the
is like a
kitty.
bulldog. You're like,
These two, they're so fun to listen to. Hey, so we talked about hobbies. We talked about retirement money and health and a little bit of your work and marriage and travel. What else are we missing?
We talked about finances.
Finances,
too.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would be your message? It's now almost 1 o'clock. What would be your message for the young ones in preparation for their retirement? I know
Okay.
I heard earlier about, had I known blah, 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 I would have blah, blah, blah. So what is it in
Of course,
particular?
and like I told you that you should have a hobby or interest before you retire. If not, keep working. I already told you that. But for some of the younger people, when you do get married or you find a woman, she should have the same interests and going in the same direction you're going in, okay? If not, the marriage probably won't last, you know. There's 3 different ways you can go to a marriage: together, or you could be bumping heads, or you could totally be going in opposite directions. So just don't get married that quick. Look at who you're marrying. And if you both have good jobs and are moving in the same direction, most likely everything will be fine. Just like I told you, me and her, we have our own separate monies, and she does what she wants.
That's very important.
I think it is after 4 marriages, like I said.
It is.
A woman being independent and a man being independent, but you can still be married, and you can. If she needs money for something, I give her the money, and we split it. You know.
Right.
Well, vice versa. You give me money.
You
I
give
don't
me
have
money?
to. And then she pays for meals sometimes, and I pay for meals sometimes.
Yeah,
you
he's
know?
not. He's not that. Oh, don't pay for my meal because I'm a man. He's not like that.
Okay.
He loves it when I pay because his
Of
money
course.
becomes his.
Yes.
Dutch.
Dutch, we go
so
Dutch,
cute.
although he's Russian.
It's so
Well,
cute.
Yeah, well, whatever it is. you know.
Russian, Polish, and Austrian.
Yeah.
Right, my
Yes.
mother was half Russian, and it was all Russian, and my dad was half Polish and half Austrian.
You speak all of those languages?
No, but we were Jewish, so I was staying with my grandmother, and she said anybody living in my house has to get bar mitzvah. So I had to learn some Hebrew. So,
Oh, you're Jewish. Okay.
well, I'm agnostic.
Okay.
I was born Jewish.
That's another
but
topic that he will
Yeah.
talk forever about.
I could
Okay.
I could talk a lot.
All right. Because I'm reading the Kabbalah today, this past few weeks. And
Yeah.
I'm reading about crystals and,
Right.
downloads and all that. So we can talk about that maybe off air.
Yeah,
Lunch
yeah.
after this?
Well,
Yeah.
this show isn't long enough because I could talk forever.
I know you should have a talk show of your own.
I know.
No, please, no.
No. Okay. All right. But we have room for all kinds of fun things here in PHLV. Of course, I don't have the permission of the CEO and the owner of the station to say that. But let me just be foolish enough to say that.
Yeah,
So anyway.
when we invited Gene, when we invited Lloyd, Gene said, "Oh, he's gonna out-talk you too."
Well, I don't know.
Okay. So I guess it's time for us to say goodbye. And thank you so much for this very enlightening and happy conversation here over PHLV Radio. On the
Thank you.
dot.
Thank you for
Any
having us.
words that you want to say?
Just come on down and see me down at the rock shop, and I will have you making jewelry in no time.
Ah.
And you'll have lots of Christmas gifts, and you can actually make some money on the side selling jewelry or what have you.
Where is the location
It
of
is
the
right
rock
over
shop?
there near Chinatown.
What's the address?
3111 South Valley View,
Valley.
Building E, space 125.
Okay, we have you on
There you
record.
go.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
And he's
Right.
there Tuesdays and Fridays. He can help you out. But any member of our club, any club supervisor can help you
Yeah.
if you're interested.
And it
So-
only costs $25 a year to join the club, $35 for a family, which is husband, wife, and children under the age of 18.
We have kids club too, and they
We
learn
have a
lot
kids
of things.
club. Yeah, we love the kids.
Yeah.
You
We
can
love-
do that as a program for you, Pa.
We want to get your kids into it. We
We're
love the kids.
non-profit.
Yeah.
Yep, non-profit.
Nice. Are those your last words, Jean?
My last words is
Mine
just.
too. Other than,
Are you
like I
done?
said, yes. Thank you for having
She said
us.
last
You're
words.
This was fun. It was fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Yes, Jean.
So my last words will be just be happy with whatever you're doing, because if you're not happy, you'll be miserable. So don't
That makes sense.
miserable.
Don't worry, be happy.
Don't
Like this one.
worry.
Be
happy.
There you
Don't
go.
encourage him to sin.
Oh, come on. You
You
sing
sang
in the
already.
background
Happy birthday.
while Mia
Don't
is going
worry.
to give us the final quote.
Be happy.
Yes, Mia. She can't say it anymore. Mia, what's your quote?
My last quote, the quote for the day is from M.K. Sani. Retire from work, but not from life.
Oh, perfect.
That's true. Very good.
Perfect.
Yep. Very true.
Right. Thank you so much, everyone, and see you again next week. We
See
may
you
have
next week.
wonderful guests again next week. We shall.
Oh, yes.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye,
Lloyd.
bye,
and Jean.
everybody. Bye.
Moving to Vegas, there's no better time than now. Where can you find a 3-bedroom home with a balcony and patio, with upgraded flooring, all appliances included, newly painted, move-in ready, with a community park and pool for under $400,000? Not to mention that it is so convenient to shopping, schools, entertainment. And of course, what is Vegas without the Strip? So what are you waiting for? Call Benjamina today at 702-281-9063. Mia is also on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. You can also visit www.benjaminamiacasino.com and view available homes anytime. Remember, the house wins when you bet on Benjamina Mia Casino.
Just like a friend from back home. This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.